Wars, rumors of wars, volcanoes and earthquakes in various places, famine, plagues, and pestilences. What if these signs don't indicate the coming end, but rather the beginning? As Jesus said, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains." Matthew 24, 6 through 8.
There was overwhelming support for a two-state solution at the United Nations General Assembly.
Is adopted.
142 member states said yes to the New York Declaration. This non-binding resolution calls for the Palestinian Authority to govern and control all Palestinian territory. It proposes an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, release of all hostages, and the establishment of a viable and sovereign Palestinian state.
The world is in a political freefall. From corruption scandals to migration fears, instability is spreading across continents. And in the span of just 1 month, France, Japan and Nepal have all seen their prime ministers step down, while massive immigration protests are shaking Australia, New Zealand, Spain, Canada, Serbia and the Philippines. Days later, former Chief Justice Sushila Karki took oath as the interim prime minister. Meanwhile, Japanese Prime Minister is rocked by deadly riots that are sparked by lawmakers' quirks against a backdrop of inequality.
It is just after 11:30 in the morning in Davos, Switzerland. This is a live picture here. President Trump unveiling his proposed Board of Peace at the World Economic Forum. There is a signing ceremony that is happening right now of some kind.
The president officially launched his so-called Board of Peace. 19 nations attended the signing ceremony. The board was created to oversee the reconstruction of Gaza, though the president has hinted the scope could be much, much wider.
Attack on Iran. The US and Israel launching a wide-scale assault on Tehran. Plumes of smoke seen rising in the capital. President Trump defiant, citing Iran's nuclear program as the reason for the operation. And he called on the people of Iran to take control of their government.
This is the moment for action.
Oil prices shot back up to over $100 a barrel overnight as Iran focuses more of its attacks on fuel, tankers, fuel depots, infrastructure across the region. Just take a look at this video from Bahrain. This morning, the International Energy Agency is sounding new alarms, saying that the war in the Middle East is causing the, quote, largest supply disruption in the history of the global oil market.
The Philippines has become the first country in the world to declare a state of national energy emergency.
Details of a dramatic emergency petrol plan have been revealed this morning that would see petrol purchases capped at $40 amid the fuel crisis.
Look, there's nothing. Look at the shelves here in Darwin. What the? This is literally, there's nothing.
Australia's only a couple of weeks away from declaring a national emergency.
Government holds emergency meeting over fears of the UK fuel crisis.
The UK just announced that because of the war, they will possibly be rationing fuel in the coming days, just like Vietnam and Thailand already started. So this is not fear-mongering, this is actually happening. They're also limiting gas for their citizens because people stockpiling their fuel, their gas.
I want to get to some breaking news tonight. U.S. stocks suffering their biggest loss since the war in Iran started. Take a look at this. Red across the board. The tech-heavy NASDAQ just dipped into correction territory, down 10% from its most recent high. All fueled, by the way.
Your S&P and NASDAQ are now on track for their 5th straight negative week. Obviously, oil remains the big story. Bottom of your screen, about $98 for WTI.
From rising gas prices to falling markets, to soaring mortgage rates, the warning signs are growing.
We are facing a real shock that is probably beyond what we can imagine at the moment.
That's Christine Lagarde, president of the European Central Bank, arguing the disruption from the war with Iran could last years. Brookings energy expert Samantha Gross agrees.
I feel like markets are so far underestimating the effect of the war. It seems that they expect this war to go quickly, and they expect that we can go back to the world before when it's over. And I don't think either of those ideas is true.